It's week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll see Garrett Wilson. He was terrific last week, racking up the receiving yards and reaching the end zone. It's the Jets and the Chargers on Monday Night Prime Time.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout, and it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And despite the 3 touchdown passes he threw, there's a lot to work on this week, wasn't there?
Oh, ton of interception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going really with almost a 1-to-1 ratio, that's not going to work for you well at all. Not over the long haul. The beauty, though, somehow found a way to win.
Yeah, they still got the win last week. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. A little short pass. This is Everett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. There he goes, left side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
So the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
After years of flirting with the idea, the 4-time MVP finally found his way out of Green Bay this offseason, guiding himself to the Jets. We know he's already a Hall of Fame lock. With this is a chance to add one more crowning achievement to his resume.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The former #3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one deep for Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. You talk about this Jets defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Now back to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Man open left side. It's Williams. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams. 60 yards. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. It's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They'll run for it. Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're going for the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good. And look, there he goes, right side. Inside the 20. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line, out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Open man, it's Palmer. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Now Herbert got to get into the line in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's Williams on the catch. Touchdown! Mike Williams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Throwing now is Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson in the Jets offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
82 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Here now, 2nd and 4.
On play action, now Rodgers.
He finds Wilson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Dalvin Cook, 42 yards. Eagles have taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Play action. It's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Eckler now between the tackles. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Quentin Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. Ooh, the juke. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 9-yard line.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Eckler trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second and goal from the 1. Try to power it in with Arma. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Alex Arma, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run by Spiller.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Right back to Spiller on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Austin Eckler.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they will take a 7-point lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. New York ready to go again offensively. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Herbert following the turnover.
This is swung out to Eckler.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Josh Palmer.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now up to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Jets. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Chargers offense back onto the field. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On 2nd down, Eckler fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now it's Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So now Rodgers with a new team, but in a spot he's been before. Down on the scoreboard. Just over 1:40 to play. To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete.
Yes, down by a touchdown. They needed a big play here quickly, and they got one. And now, plenty of time. No need to panic, but you do need to move quickly.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And remember now, field goal does you no good. This is touchdown or bust territory. So they took a late shot for the end zone, but the defense, as they've been all game long, up to the task.
Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Chargers,
The victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.